Hello and welcome back to Project Zomboid. We are going to kick right back into things here. So let's go. We've still got this new update to explore. Unfortunately, it is raining pretty hard outside, so we're not going to be able to really go out and do too much. Mainly because the being wet debuff just goes absolutely nuts. Let's go ahead and refill our water bottle though, while we're thinking about it. And let's see about getting some food. We're not doing great on, you know, food that we can prepare. But let's see what we got here. Do we have any canned soup? Yeah, 3 things of canned soup. Let's see if we can up our cooking skill a little. Let's grab that. And I think... Well, I can't do it with a frying pan or a roasting pan. Baking pan. Somewhere in this mess... That's kettle. Well, I got cooking pots. I guess I could do that. I thought I had a saucepan that I might be able to make it in, because I'm not sure if I can make them in saucepans, but I wanted to try. All right, let's see. Not make a pot of soup. That's slightly different. Let's make a pot of soup this way. All right, pot of soup fresh uncooked. So we put this on the stove. And turn the stove on. Now, while that is heating, let us grab our bowls. So I think I'm only going to need 2, but I will grab 4 just in case I am wrong. Because I know with like the homemade stews and stuff, you get 4 bowls out of it, but I'm not sure with the canned soup. So I'm not sure if it's actually going to be any different. But here we go. Alright, we're cooking. Let's speed up slightly, because cooking takes too long, frankly. In real life as well as in the game. Alright, so we're about halfway done. Let it get a little closer, then I'll slow time down again. That'll do. Let's turn time down. And done cooking. Alright, turn off. Alright. So let's see. I should be... Oh, make 4 bowls of soup. Excellent. Alright. We can put our cooking pot back. And we have 4 bowls of soup. All of which only have a little tiny bit of nutrition. But let's drink a bowl of soup. There we go. That did us some good. All right, so we're gonna put the rest of these bowls of soup. The rest of these bowls of soup go in the fridge. Help keep them fresh. All right, and we're gonna take our bowl here and put it back with this one. At least you don't have to, wash your dishes yet. Of course, considering that they might have added it in where you have to wash your clothes, I wouldn't put it too far out. That, however... Okay, so, unlike the other canned goods, that does not seem to have given us a tin can back. Good to know. Might be a missing feature, or maybe they intended it that way. Alright, so we were... Wow, the music is getting really loud. Let's see, where was I? I was trying to find electricity for beginners. Actually, let's peek our noses out, see if the rain stopped. Alright, rain stopped, so we can go back to doing stuff. Alright, dirty, bloody. Let's not worry too much about those. Alright, let's just make sure that none of these corpses have anything good on them before we start taking care of our corpse problem again. We will stop right here. Alright, yeah, this one does not seem to be... We can pop that right there. Hey, there we go. That works great. I can go right like that. That's... Alright, excellent. So let's grab corpse. Carry corpse over here. Drop corpse. Just a little bit of home maintenance. That's what we're doing. Alright, we also are going to need to go and try and find hinges so we can put a proper door on so zombies can stop spawning out here. I don't want to put a corpse in a corpse. There we go. And we got 2 more corpses over here that we're going to pick up and move. Let's grab the corpse. Carry it on over. You know, I am going to grab one of the dirty, bloody things because I want to see if I can wash it. Let's drop that. Let's see, do any of these have... Alright, a bloody vest. Well, I know there was a bloody... There we go. Bloody and dirty. Let's grab that. We're gonna see if we can wash that. That's the only reason I'm grabbing that one. Let's go pick up this corpse. Alright. Yes, I know, it's heavy. It's a heavy corpse. Corpses tend to be that way. Alright, now... Floor... Drop... I said drop. Alright. Let us light fire with the blouse that's there. There we go. Let's just back up a little. Let's go ahead and re-equip our baseball bat. There we go. Put out fire. Alright, so yeah, it definitely seems like the fires are a lot safer than they used to be. Which does make it slightly more difficult to burn the corpses, but, you know, that's fine. We can still do it, so... Alright, so I think I'm going to want to clean up that area a bit too. In fact, I should probably clean up a bunch of the stuff in here, but I'm not going to worry about that until we have a door. Now, there's no more doors for me to salvage in here. It is the 18th... I want to say, you know, I should really go back and check, but I want to say it was the 16th when I was looting stuff before, so I don't want to... Or was the 16th the day it was okay to go back to loot stuff? Man, I don't remember. Let's give it one more day, though, just to be... Well, I mean, I should say the 20th. I really need to go back and watch my own videos just so I can do this. Or maybe write this stuff down when I'm... talking about it. That wouldn't necessarily be a bad idea. Keeping track of when your loot respawns is probably a good plan. I am really gonna need to go get some, like, perishable foods. Especially since the stuff is gonna start to go off if I don't. Alright, so... What do we need? We need doors. And it started raining again. Hey, you know what? Let's check our rain barrel since we had so much rain there. Come on. Rain collector barrel, 33%. So it isn't even full yet. Which I suppose is alright. How is our baseball bat actually doing? Not great. But we have some spare stuff. Alright, so the real question here becomes, if we're gonna go looting, do we continue on with our baseball bat, or do we swap to the frying pan and extra bag? Where did I put that extra bag? Was it in here? No, it was not in there. Was it in here? I had an extra bag. There it is. It's in my nightstand. Gotta remember that. It is in the nightstand if I want to use it. How are our skills? Let's see. We got that. Did I pick up the... No, I didn't. Oh, right. I was going to see about trying to clean the vest. Alright, so I'm right next to this. Let's see if I can do this here. Where, rip, sheet rope. Nope, alright. Come on, no. I want to fill... Let's fill the water bottle. Always refill the water bottle when you're thinking about it. Drink, walk to carpentry, disassemble. Because see, you can wash the dirty rags, but it doesn't seem like you're able to wash your dirty clothes just yet. I'm hoping that they will fix that soon. Although, at the moment, it doesn't seem like there's too much to worry about. Since I'm still, wearing the, normal stuff. But people who are starting new games with this patch might run into issues. Especially since it seems like everything you pull off of a zombie, that you have freshly killed, is going to be at least bloody or dirty. I don't want to wear it. Craft sheet rope. Yeah, I'm going to have to see. I will probably wind up checking the forums after this episode and see if there's anything for that. So let's just kind of stick this in the nightstand at the moment until I find out whether or not there's a way to, make that usable. Alright, so it is once again raining outside, which means we need to figure out something to do inside in order to, be efficient here. We should really make a second one of these crates. They're just so ugly until my carpentry gets up, though. How is my carpentry? Yeah, I'm ever so slowly working on level 5 there. I believe the book I read was good for 5 and 6. So that is basic, intermediate, advanced. What comes after advanced? Expert? Yeah, do I have expert carpentry? I do not have expert carpentry. So that's something to keep our eye out for, is expert carpentry, because we're going to want that. Because as you can see, the amount of XP needed per level is going up drastically. So you really need these multipliers in order to, get anywhere. It sounds like the rain stopped. Nope. The rain has not, in fact, stopped. But we're gonna chance it for a little bit. Let's just do a quick look around. Let's see. I think that maybe those zombies that were in here last time were from this group that had been over here. They found their way in. Let's just kind of sneak around the corner here. Okay. We're good there. Okay. So one of the things I could do if it weren't raining would be head out to that truck stop that I was talking about a couple episodes ago. But it is raining, so I don't particularly want to do that. Let's go forage a little bit. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. Oh, there's some corpses out here that I don't necessarily want to deal with. Let's see. Yeah, we're starting to get wet. Alright, let's forage. What do we want? We don't want mushrooms. We don't particularly want berries. Let's go ahead and do animals and materials. I love that you can now focus that, because it used to be just completely random, and you'd basically wear yourself out trying to get a little tiny thing. Chip stone. Excellent. I love having those. That will allow us to make the what's called the raw axe, which is the basically the primitive axe. All right, did we get anything else of note? Just that, it looks like. All right, let's put our lighter away. Let's put our can opener away. Let's put our hammer away because we're not building right now. Chipstone. All right, we can do one more forage. All right, because remember, foraging makes you tired, and I don't want to get too tired too soon. No, it looks like the rain stopped, so we'll be able to go do some other things. We're going to want to start making some traps, too. Do I have... Well, I do not yet have a bonus on trapping, so we're going to need an intermediate trapping book. Let's go see if we have that. Alright, looks like I didn't find anything that time, which will happen. But we got a chipped stone, which is really good, because usually it takes forever and a day to get some of those when you need it, Alright, alright, we want one tree branch. And I would like one... Oh, here, let's unpack one rip sheet. So now what I should be able to do is make a stone axe. There we go, I have a raw axe. We're going to put that in our bag for later, because we don't particularly need it right now, but that's going to allow me to chop down some trees without, using up the last of my fire axe. Which, is always better. It doesn't last anywhere near as long, but it is almost as good, so that's a good thing. Alright, so we're going to need to start farming soon, too. I've got the bonus for that. Let's see about trapping books. We were looking for trapping for intermediates. Trapping for intermediates. Excellent. I know I started reading the electricity book, but we can come back to that. Alright, come on. Let's read Trapping for Intermediates. We're a little hungry, but we've already got some cooked soup, so I'll wait till we're more hungry. Let's go ahead and speed up time let's speed up time a lot. Fortunately, the cooked food will also help relieve boredom, so we can let ourselves get a little bored. Alright, so let's just kind of keep an eye on how we're doing here. We're already a tenth of the way through the book. Good, good. Fortunately, reading is not an activity that will make you, like, too tired or anything. Alright. And I have just personally run out of coffee. That's alright. Alright, so we're not bored yet. Let's just keep going until we get at least a little bored, and then press on a little bit further beyond that, I think. Once we get this read... Hang on a sec, I'm going to have to cough here. Alright, sorry about that. Once we get this read here, we're going to start seeing about making some traps, because it'll get us some fresh meat, which will be usable in our recipes and stuff. It's kind of weird that that's like that. I guess I'm not able to see there because I'm being blocked by the fridge. It's just really stark contrast there. Alright, so we're starting to get a little tired because we had been doing some foraging. We are actually full-blown hungry now. I'm going to wait till at least 10 or 11 before I try to sleep, though. So let's keep reading. We're not bored yet. Actually, I'm really hoping that they've changed that, because it always confused me that skill books would make you bored, but any other book would relieve boredom. Like, I would hope that not necessarily that the skill books would relieve boredom, but that they would keep you from getting bored. And I'm almost through this book without getting bored, so I'm really hoping that's a change they've made. Because normally by now... Oh, nope, there we go. There's the board boodle. We can probably finish this out. How are we doing? Yeah, we're getting really close. Let's finish this out. We'll go ahead and risk the further boredom. Oh, I don't know. Well, alright. We don't want to stay up later than midnight. I don't know if I'm going to make it. Oh yeah, we're really tired now. Alright, we're gonna have to stop. Let's eat something and then go to bed. Drink an entire thing of soup. Alright, drink another entire thing of soup. Drink one more entire thing of soup. Wow. Okay, I'm still a little bored, but I am only a little bored. Let's sleep. Yes, I want to sleep. Alright, now we're getting rid of that there. I'm hearing zombies, which is never good. They've probably gotten into the compound because I still don't have a bloody door. Gonna have to do something about that. Seriously. Oh, we're getting hungry again. Alright. Yep, I hear. We're gonna have to do something about the zombies. Oh. Okay, not... Alright, you are beating on my rain collector for some reason. Alright. Let's just circle the house, make sure that there aren't any, like, standing behind it or anything. Alright. Yeah, for some reason he was beating on my rain collector of all things. I've never seen that behavior before. Oh, hey! And another dude. Just kind of in here that I somehow didn't see when I was beating on the guy with the rain collector. Or that somehow came in while I was not paying attention. Circling the house. Okay. let's grab the notebook. If I'm going to be burning these corpses, I want to go ahead and grab these things off now. Jeez. Let's just check this corpse. Alright, let's go ahead and poke our noses outside the compound just to make sure that there aren't a whole bunch more waiting there for us. Alright, I don't see any immediately there. Let's just check around the corners. Don't see any there. And done there. Okay. We are at least good on that. So it's the 19th now. I think I want to wait until the 20th before going and trying to loot stuff again. Just to be extra safe, because we don't need to make it go another bloody 3 days for, waiting for loot to respawn. So we'll wait the one more day just to be on the safe side. Let's go ahead and just do our little housekeeping here with these corpses. Since we already went and, picked up all the stuff off of them that were actually needed, or that we might actually need. There's so much options to get clothes that I am totally not worried about those. Why am I even bothering with that? I need to pick up the corpse. Wander this way. Our bat is not doing so great, so we might want to repair that. I need to... Nope, not drop the corpse in the corpse, drop the corpse on the floor. I do wish that if it was to drop like that, it would just automatically target the floor. Although I suppose that drop all function has been useful for containers before, so... Maybe if they, split it to a, put in container, drop on floor, type thing. There's extra space there for that, so... Alright, and... Nope, we need to target that, and drop. Alright, now, in this mess here, I should be able to light fire, not with trapping for intermediates. The dirty sweater. There we go. Let's just back up. Wait for those corpses to burn. Hey, they've burned. Alright, let's go put out the fire. See, I'm not having to add any additional fuel because it still saves the fuel that is in there, which is good. I am having to use kindling every time, but considering it will use the clothing that is on the corpses, that's not that big of a problem. Alright, so... Where are we? And what are we doing? Why am I in this handbasket? Okay, let's finish reading our trapping book and put it back on the bookshelf so we're not carrying that around anymore. We are just about done with it. So go ahead and read. We only have 15 pages left. Let's just speed through that. There we go. Do. And done. Alright, let's put you back on the bookshelf. Because it is one thing that you can do. I don't really like doing it, but one of the things that is possible to do is if I were to die as this survivor, I could start a new survivor on this map, as in the one with all of the changes that I've made. So it is theoretically possible to come in, pretty much have to kill the zombie of the previous survivor and take over the safe house, which is why it's a good idea to go ahead and save the books, even the ones that you didn't necessarily need, because you might wind up using it on a second playthrough. Speaking of, we should really at some point go back to our old safe house, see if we can't clear it out enough to go, loot the stuff out of there, because I think that some of the books we need might be there. Alright, so what do we do today? We don't want to quite go a-looting just yet. We should... You know what? I'm going to come over to this little house here. This little house here keeps getting loaded. I'm probably never going to be able to, re-loot this one because pretty much I head this direction and reload this stuff anytime I'm trying to not go the other direction to, prevent that stuff from getting reloaded. So we're going to go ahead and come over here. I hear zombies. Let's just kind of real casual-like circle around. We're after that barbecue grill, by the way. Are you gonna... Oh, whoa. Did I just lock up? Whoa, I'm having some issues. Alright, that door doesn't open. Alright. I'm not seeing anything outside. So that means that zombie is beating on a door or something inside. Well, there's this door here. No? That is really weird that there is just toilet immediately inside the door. Like, you wouldn't even actually be able to open that door that direction. Alright, let's... Alright, so that has to be upstairs, I was saying. Let's see if a zombie just fell out a window. Because it sounded like a zombie hurt itself. Let's do a circle outside here. Well, you know what? I'm not seeing anything, unless it's this last side. No? Okay. So, what we're going to do is we're going to come over to this barbecue grill here. Barbecue info. Alright, it has no fuel in it. Let's see if I can pick up the barbecue grill. Okay, I have picked up the barbecue grill. Can I stuff it in the bag? I can, in fact, stuff it in the bag. Okay, so we're good at the moment. Let's... Yeah, there we go. Oh, hey, hello. Here's the zombie I was probably hearing. It did sound like a female zombie when it hurt itself. Down it goes. Come on. Yeah, you don't really have anything of note. Alright. Let's pop back in here. Alright, I don't hear any more zombies beating on anything. That's good. Let's grab some canned chili. Farming for intermediates. I don't know if we have that. Let's grab that. Fill our water bottle while we're thinking about it. Canned tomatoes. Hey, there's a saucepan. We were looking for that earlier. Canned soup. Grab the pepper, because why not? Okay, we have a bunch of fresh food here. So we're going to go ahead and grab the food. We're going to put that away immediately. Nothing in the freezer. Okay. Didn't I just grab a farming for intermediates? Yes, I did, so I don't need that. Oh, wait, is that... Oh, hey, look! That little end table is a thing. Not that it had anything of particular note in it, but... Alright, no medicine cabinet there. We are probably going to have to be on our guard here. Alright, let's just clear this house. Alright. Just making sure that nothing else is in here. Yeah, there's the window that the zombie broke. Alright. So let's see. Nothing of note there. Nothing really there. There's another one over here, though. Nope. Okay. Alright, let's see. We've already got electricity for beginners. Let's grab the... Alright, I guess I can't. Let's grab the expert electricity. What about you? Ooh, advanced foraging. Let's grab that. Oh, that's foraging. Foraging. There's an A there. Yeah, let's grab that. We're gonna need that eventually. Nothing of use there. I think this is another... Yeah, alright. Golf club and a hammer. Can we... Golf club? Let's go ahead and grab the hammer too. Just cause... Okay, now we really need to get back and drop off this fresh food before it, gets too warm. At the very least, it'll help it last a little bit longer. In fact, I think I'm probably going to freeze those meats. I don't see, at least so far, there hasn't been any reason to not freeze meats because it'll still let you cook with them while frozen. I don't know that freezing helps any of the vegetables. At the very least, I've never seen vegetables or anything stored in a freezer, so it kind of leads me to that direction, but then again, I don't really see any reason why they wouldn't. Another one of those things that I should probably look into. Alright. Let's see. Freezer. We need our fresh foods. Alright, bacon. Mutton chops. You know what? We're going to stick the cabbage in there just to see. We'll see if that goes to frozen and, whatnot. So that should do that. Alright, we got some canned stuff. Chili, soup. Tomatoes. Let's go ahead and put the pepper in there because we don't only really need one in the fridge. Let's stick our saucepan in here. Alright, let's go put our farming for intermediates there. Yeah, we didn't have that. That's good. Go ahead and stick those guys up there because we don't need to carry those around. Anything else we need up there? Oh yes, our advanced foraging, our expert electricity. I said our expert electricity. Alright. Why is our lighter out? I guess because we were lighting a fire. Alright, let's put some of this stuff in here. Golf club. Anything else we want for there? Let's stick the raw axe in because we don't need to be carrying that around either. Alright, and we've got our barbecue. Let's put our barbecue back in our main inventory again and go set that up. Alright, so much like the fire, the barbecues at least used to have a chance to, yeah, here we go. Used to have a chance to spread their fire, so we're going to put this in this, kind of sandy area here just in case. Alright, so once the power goes out, you are no longer going to be able to use the microwave and the stove. So you're going to need other sources. So there's two types of grills. There's this type here, which is a charcoal grill, and then there is also a propane grill. We have this one now. I'm going to want to pick up a propane grill at some point, and then start bringing fuel back. I am not sure if you are able to use wood in the charcoal grill or not, but it is something that I'm going to want to find out. Now, I think... I'm not 100% sure, but I think the advantage of the propane grill is that you don't have to have anything to light it with. Because, if we look, I've been using up charges. Basically, I've been using up uses on this lighter. You can see the little green bar has gone down some. So that'll run out eventually. And I don't know if there is a primitive way to make fire yet. That would actually be a really good addition to the game for... I guess foraging, because you would want to use, twigs, I guess? That would make sense. Yeah. Alright, I think we're about done for this episode, though. Let's pop back indoors. And here we are. Let's pause up. Alright, so it's 12:30 on the 19th. Alright. So let's recap. Managed to get ourselves a barbecue grill. We looted ourselves a few more items here and there, which is good. We finished clearing out corpses um, out of our little compound here. We still need to go get doors. I was gonna grab doors out of that building, but I got so sidetracked by all the other stuff we found. I'll have to go back and do that in the next video. So let's see. Was there anything else we managed to accomplish this time? Not so much. I mean, really, we just kind of finished cleaning up our base, got the barbecue grill, which is kind of an accomplishment. Because like you saw, those things are heavy, so getting those back are a pain. And yeah, that's about it. I think we made our axe this time, unless it was last time. Recording this stuff back to back makes it a little hard to remember. So, until next time, have a good one.